Yeah. What's good, Shadow Gang? Welcome back to another video. If y'all new here, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Follow me on my Instagram at Ricky the Shadow. And yeah, man, let's get right into it. First of all, I'm sorry if I sound weird. I'm currently sick as fuck. Literally, I woke up horrible. So if my energy is off and stuff like that, sorry. But yeah, man, if y'all can see the vibes I'm going with this, red lighting in the dark, I'm going a little, you know, with it. But uh, so basically, let me just tell you what was happening. So a couple weeks back, right, I was looking through some of my old videos, right, and I happened to come across one of my favorite videos that I kind of did. It didn't do much, like views wise, but it was one of my favorites where I talked about Braun Strowman being in early talks of being the next Jason Voorhees. And I kind of liked that. And in that video, I remember I said something along the lines that I'm liking that Hollywood is taking an interest in wrestling, with the Iron Claw and the Queen of the Ring movies and stuff like that, Like, I kind of like that. And I really still hoping that Braun Strowman does become the new Jason Voorhees. I think that would be an amazing thing to watch on the big screen. But then I started thinking to myself, right? What about Freddy Krueger? Like, I'm aware the Halloween franchise will take a while before they reboot because they just ended it, what, 2, 3, 4 years ago? It's been a minute now. So, yeah, a while back. The Scream franchise is still doing their thing, uh, you know. And again, Jason, the last thing I remember hearing before the Braun Strowman news about the Friday the 13th franchise was there was supposed to be a show on Peacock called Crystal Lake, Camp Crystal Lake, but then that was supposed to have been out, but that ain't what the hell happened. Then Chucky got canceled, the TV show. So it was like there were so many things going on. And then I'm thinking, what about Freddy? Like the biggest slasher of like the 80s, right? What about him? And I started thinking to myself, who can play him? And initially I thought Bill, that dude, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård, the one that played Pennywise. But I'm like, he did such a good job as Pennywise. I can't see him as another horror villain, really. And then I started thinking of that one dude from Stranger Things, the one that played Vecna, that dude. But I'm like, maybe it wouldn't be too much fitting. I don't know. And I started thinking, right? And then that's when I started thinking about wrestlers, because I always have this thing where like, yo, some wrestlers, they're good at promos and they're like selling that you can put them on a screen and they can really be good actors if they wanted to, right? And then I started thinking about Killer Kross. And I said, no one's more perfect for the character of Freddy Krueger right now than Killer Kross. Because it just, to me, it makes sense. First of all, his overall presence of like how he carries himself with his character work makes sense. Homie's always doing some mind shit. Freddy Krueger's in your dream, in your mind. You know what I mean? Like, so that off the bat, he has experience of working a similar character to getting into your mind. You know what I mean? And he has this thing where I'm going to use the Jesse Ventura. I know I'm saying that name wrong. Jesse Ventura impression he does, right? He uses that, and I like how he does that. I'm like, if he can if he can sound like him, basically, then I'm pretty sure he can sound like Freddy Krueger or get a unique voice to sound like it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, it can work. I think Killer Cross should be the next Freddy Krueger. I think it can work. I think it will make sense. I think it's perfect casting. I know Killer Cross right now. If you follow his social media, he was not too long ago. He's promoting a movie that he was in where he plays a guy who's like a construction worker or something, and he's trying to help a guy that's homeless and drugs and everything get a couple bucks and stuff like that. And the guy's whole thing is that he's trying to get a couple $100 for a painting that's actually worth a couple thousand, like up more and more. Like, and I don't think the character Killer Cross character knows about it. I don't know if the movie came out yet, but the trailer looked nice. But yeah, I'm seeing that he's also doing this, and he was also on an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and with his wife Scarlett, and uh, I'm like, huh, it can work. It can work. Like, he's into Hollywood. He's doing small projects. It looks like I don't know if he's in the indies type of project, but it can work. So what if you give that man the Freddy Krueger like character? Like, let him be the new Freddy Krueger if they ever do decide to bring back a Nightmare on Elm Street, that franchise, because it was one of the best horror franchises of all time. And I said to myself, what would it look like? So, by the help of ChatGPT, yes, I had to use ChatGPT because I couldn't edit this good. I decided to be like, let me take like three, like, Reddit pictures of this dude and see if ChatGPT can like add Freddy Krueger's clothes just to see it. And I liked how it looked on him. I'm like, yeah, I can see him wearing this. But the thing is, what would the skin look like, Because we all know Freddy Krueger has burned skin. We know his origin, he got burned, blah, blah, blah. Well, at least in the reboot one. I don't know. I think the original one, he was just born like that or something like that. And then, yeah. But anywho, point is, Freddy Krueger has fucked up skin. Like, he's burned. Like, I don't know if it's first degree burns or whatever. It just, motherfucker looks like, ugh. So I asked ChatGPT to make it look like that. And I liked how it came out. I liked it. Because I said to myself, okay, it looks right. I know he can act his ass off. He knows how to deliver promos where, it makes you feel like, damn, that's some crazy shit he's saying. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he can pull off the catchphrase, because as much as people like to, and I'm one of the ones to do this, as much as people like to be like, oh my God, Freddy Krueger was so dark and mysterious, or well, not mysterious, but like he was just so like evil and this. He was also quite funny. Like, literally, one of his iconic line is "Welcome to prime time, bitch." You know what I mean? Or he'll do. I remember one time when it was Freddy versus Jason in that movie. Kelly Ronan was in it. Homie's like, "Ooh, dark meat." Like, he was freaking saying jokes. And I'm like, Killer Cross can do that too. Like, like I remember that first promo segment he did once his WWE contract was up. He helped who was it that he helped? He took out Matt Cardona, and he helped I forgot her name. Fuck. I was really behind her too. But basically he was like kind of doing that. Like, he was playing the violin, and then he was going to promo, and then he started cracking some jokes here and there. I'm like, yo, he can work. It can work. He can be the new Freddy Krueger. I think he has everything to be Freddy Krueger. Now, I know what people are saying. He's a little too big to be Freddy Krueger, because Freddy Krueger is really like, I want to say, medium height at best. Well, and very skinny. And you can see that clearly in Freddy versus Jason. But to be quite honest, I want you to hear me out on this. What if we had a tall, bulked up version of Freddy, and they gave him that same sort of bed, just tight? That would be very intimidating. Like, Freddy's already intimidating. Imagine just the presence of him being all jacked up. I'm just saying, I'm not on that Vince McMahon time where I think everything looks better with big muscles. No, some things just don't. But when it comes to like certain characters, I would like to see something different, because it has been shown that you cannot do the same thing and expect it to work. I mean, I think that's what's the problem with the Nightmare on Elm Street 2010 reboot. you didn't change much. You know, like you could have done something. Hell, for me, I like to see Freddy with long hair. That'd be a cool like thing. I think like long black, maybe curly hair that's always wet. He covers his face, and then when he shows it, it's like shows that iconic like burned up face. I think that can work. So, and just so happens that Killer Kross has long hair. It's not curly, but it's long enough to like cover his face. Well, it's a little wavy, I think. But the point is, I can see it working, and I want it to work. So I am right now. I'm fan casting Killer Kross as Freddy Krueger. It makes sense to me. I think there's no one better that I can think of right now that can pull that role. He's in amazing shape. He's already doing like these amazing films, these ending films, because these trailers actually look pretty good, especially the one that I just saw, the one I was just talking about earlier. So I apologize for the train, you know. Damn, that's 2 videos in a row. That fucking train gets in my damn way. Anywho, point is this. Killer Kross right now, in my opinion, is the best option for Freddy Krueger. And I hope it happens. I think it could really benefit the people that are trying to get back into that Freddy Krueger like era. Because let's be honest, Freddy Krueger was the biggest name in horror, even above Jason. And I'm a Jason guy. I like Jason. But even I have to admit, Freddy is over Jason, especially in the 80s. Like, so I think right now, if there was to like finally write a script about Freddy, a new Nightmare on Elm Street script, and this Killer Kross is your best option. I hope it happens, and I think it can work. Just saying. That's just me. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think there's any other, not even wrestler, but just actor that can play Freddy Krueger right now? I can't really think of none. I think this is a good option in my opinion. I hope that Killer Kross like really auditions for it if the opportunity comes that they're gonna remake, you know, what you call it, Nightmare on Elm Street film, because it just makes sense in my opinion, you know. But let me know what y'all think in the comments below, and let me know what other type of videos you want me to do. Until then, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go get better because again, I sound sick as hell. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.